Yes. Coffee. How to preserve it. It's a question we get all the time at the shop. People ask us, do you put it in the freezer? Do you put it in the fridge? Do you just leave it in the bag? We're gonna try. Today we will be setting the experiments for this. So this coffee is 2 weeks old. We are on the 21st of December. We're trying to get as close as real life as possible. We're gonna put some in the fridge, in the freezer, and then outside of all those things, both in its original bag and a vacuum sealed container. So we're gonna do that right now, and then we'll check on it in 2 weeks and see what tastes best. And there we go. We're back. We're gonna do the dosing. We're in our stock room. Yeah, it's not super organized, but you know. So what we're gonna do is we'll separate. We'll start with these beans simply in a bag that we're gonna leave outside of any fridge, freezer, anything like that. We're gonna leave it in there. We're gonna put some outside too, just in this container, which is vacuum sealed. And then we'll put one in the freezer and one in the fridge. Let's see what's best.
Five years later.
Right, here we go. Everything's ready. I made sure to seal this properly because the seal was a bit damaged and I could feel some air coming up, just so we're sure it holds up. This was roasted on the 7th of December, so it's already 2 weeks off roast. It's past its peak, but I'm still interested in seeing what would happen in real life. Ooh, that was smooth. And so this one is the vacuum seal. Doesn't work. Thank you, sir. Sweet Valley. These will go out. These will go in the freezer.
Some badass music at the back.
Badass music. Just add some more. Alright, this was with whole beans. Now we're just gonna try with some coffee that was already ground. Unfortunately, last week we did a mistake. We ground this coffee for a customer. It was the wrong grind size, so we just had it laying around for a week. Again, maybe that's gonna happen to you if you buy coffee, you forget about it. So let's do exactly the same thing that we just did with this other coffee. For the record, this was roasted 2 of the 12. Oh, this is old. That's what happens when you have too much coffee to drink and you don't really know what to do with it. You know what? Let's see how this goes. Maybe it's all going to taste bad. Maybe some of them are going to taste delicious. We'll see. Let's put it in the fridge. Meet your friend. What did you say? What did you say?
What did you say?
Alright, everything's in there. We'll check in 3 weeks and taste everything, and we'll know what's the best way. Peace out. There you go. We're 2 weeks later. We're on the 7th of January. Yes, I have not changed. Well, I have changed sweaters, but it's just, yes, it's the same. And now we're going to go try the coffee. Here we are, time for testing after all that time away. What we're gonna do is, instead of brewing the coffee in a normal way, we're gonna do a cupping. A cupping is basically a standardized way of tasting the coffee. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna put 10 grams of coffee in each bowl, add 180 grams of water. It's gonna be the same for each and every bowl. Let them infuse for a few minutes and then taste everything. That way we're sure that they're brewed in the exact same way. let's go do this. Totally forgot to put it on the timer there. There we go. Alright. Considering I was a little late with the timer, we're at about 5 minutes. We are going to break the crust. "10 minutes. Let's taste this stuff. Still some acidity in this coffee. Fruitiness is not gone. The aftertaste is quite on the nutty side. You get that slight bitterness that lingers on. Ooh, higher acidity in this one actually. I wouldn't really be able to identify what this was like. This is kind of like orangey, peachy. Definitely a stronger and maybe a bit more sweet acidity too. Definitely more sweetness in here. Okay, so this one still again more acidity, but also more body and a much cleaner aftertaste. Acidity still there. I say it's more comparable to the first one, with again that aftertaste being a bit more bitter, maybe a bit harsher. Let me taste side to side the bag and the vacuum container, because no heat change really happened. Honestly, I can't taste the difference. I say maybe this right one, which was in the container, maybe has a bit less body. It's a bit cleaner. Yeah, I'd say maybe slightly cleaner, but really, really close. How about the fridge? Because the fridge, I've heard from different people that it was really, really bad for the conservation of the coffee. Again, here I don't see a huge difference. I would say the freezed coffee retains a bit more acidity. You can taste the difference quite a lot from the ones that were put in the cold. The thing that sets them the most apart is how the acidity was retained in these coffees compared to these ones. However, I don't see a massive difference in between coffees. It's a close one. It's a close one for sure. Let's move on to the coffee that was already ground. So this is an even worse scenario, and see if we can taste anything really. So honestly, I can't really taste the difference between all of them. I wouldn't see a particular trend. Here I think it's just because the conditions were already so bad. You ground the coffee before storing it, that's not great. The coffee's already past its peak, not great either. Again, maybe same trend as the other one. Maybe the freezer and the fridge retain a little more acidity in the coffee. I would have to taste a bit more with maybe fresher coffee to really see the difference. And the trend would be cold does help. The coffees have a bit more acidity, maybe a bit cleaner. I would say if you don't want to make your life hard, simply take your bag of coffee, tuck it in the freezer, and you're pretty much set after that. Honestly, there's not much else you can do. And for sure, putting it in the freezer is not gonna harm it in any way. But that would be the conclusion, I think. Yeah. But that would be the conclusion, I think. That would be the conclusion, I think. Yeah, I was tired. That ending made absolutely no sense, so here I am doing it right now. It was the first time that I did a long form video like that, trying to experiment with coffee, trying to find some insights for you guys so you can use it at home. And I hope you liked it. So let me know what you thought about it. What did you like? Did you learn anything new? And what can I improve on these? And also, what do you want to see in the next one? Do you want to see some tutorials? Do you want to see some equipment reviews? Do you want to know just coffee facts, knowledge, some stuff like that? Let me know what you want to see, and I'll be sure to cover them. Again, it's the first time I do this, so not a perfect video, far from that, but it's the process, as we say. And I'll see you in the next one very soon. Peace. Drinking coffee that way was not a good idea. Don't do that at home, kids.